What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out this 2025 Toyota 4Runner. This one is the all-new 6th generation, finished off in the cutting-edge silver color, and it's a TRD Off Road non-premium, but with the hybrid iForce Max engine. MSRP is around $58,000 with a couple of dealer add-ons like the tires, the crossbars, all the other floor mats, and then a few more things. So let's see what the all-new 4Runner has to offer. Are you gonna buy one of these for sub 60 grand? You think it's worth it? And is this a solid SUV to get? So under the hood, this is gonna have that 2.4 liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged hybrid engine with 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. We have a part-time 4-wheel drive system, 8-speed automatic transmission, and this can tow around 6,000 pounds. For the styling, got a nice set of dark housings on the headlights, and then I really like the layered front end. It's definitely pretty aggressive. Got your Toyota badge blacked out. You have more grille openings with active grille shutters, more openings all down below, safety sensor, LED fog lights, parking sensors, and then just some plastic trim all throughout the center, leading to the massive air dam with metal recovery hooks. You can see the front fenders, they have a nice scoop in them as well, giving it a more aggressive style. And then along the hood, more bold, sharp body lines cutting towards the windshield. Got your iForce Max badge, and then a nice look at the side with those bulging fender arches. We have a set of 18-inch TRD wheels, dual tone color, and then the nice upgraded Nitto Ridge Grappler tires. This one has some plastic running boards, just a fixed design, sharp body lines throughout the door, and then just plastic on the grab handles and mirror caps. You have all black throughout the windows, TRD Off Road badge, and I really like how this window is curved upwards like a old school 4Runner. Up above, this one just has a nice set of black roof rails with the crossbars, and then for the overall side profile, pretty similar to the previous generation 4Runner from the side, just a little bit more texture and sculpture throughout it. At the back, you're going to get that integrated spoiler, your brake light, the windshield wipers up here, and of course we're going to have that power sliding rear glass. So a really cool touch for these, of course. These can also lock and unlock the vehicle. You're gonna get Toyota written out, 4Runner, the iForce Max badge, and then just plastic throughout the center with parking sensors, recovery hook, and then all of your trailer hitch right in the center. So cool style overall. I like the design on those taillights. And then for the cargo space, you're gonna get one button right here, and this is all manual for this specific trim. In back, we have this bump here because it's the hybrid, and then of course we have extra storage underneath. You're gonna get extra storage on the sides. We have nice lighting options as well. Nice cubby over on the far right side, and then with the seat up and down, you can kind of get a good look of the differences between cargo areas. You're gonna get one grab handle up above. We can close that, and then making my way to the interior, opening the door handle. You're gonna get black plastic for the door panel with soft padding on the armrest, a little bit extra storage, and then these are gonna fold pretty flat in line with the floor. Pulling this up, we have some nice recline angles, and of course the seats will tumble forward to give you more room throughout the base. You can see the two-tone material. It's like a black and gray with a texture on the fabric, and then the center seat has an armrest and cup holders. We have air vents in the center with all of your plugs, and then a grab handle to assist entering and exiting. With this, my feet have a decent amount of room. They're a little smushed under the seat, but my legroom is pretty good at 5'11". Seat overall is decently comfortable, and you got a couple inches of headroom. So overall, it's a pretty fine back seat. The Land Cruiser is gonna be slightly larger, a little bit more comfortable, but nonetheless, can't really complain for the sizing. 4Runner's definitely a pretty useful SUV. For the driver's seat, you're still gonna get the same door panel with the hard plastic and then soft padding on the armrests. Grab handle and storage, all of your controls, and then all manual controls on the seats. Got the same fabric with the texture all throughout it up front, and then a nice leather wrap steering wheel. Actually, one thing cool, there is a storage cubby right here. You can pop upwards and out, and you can hide some hidden items in there. So that is a cool little touch for the 4Runner. And then grabbing the door, hopping inside, we get that TRD badge as well, and we can fire it up. So in here, this is the basic interior, so just the fabric, like I said. The premium will give you a little bit nicer materials on the seating surfaces, and of course larger screen. The screen in the center is what you've expected to see on all the modern Toyotas. Nothing all too crazy, but you get a lot of information, basically everything you could expect to have in a multimedia screen for the gauge cluster. So nice design overall. Got cruise control settings on the right, volume on the left side with a few more screen controls, and then the windshield wipers on the right side with headlights and turn signals on the left. We have controls down here for extra auxiliaries, the fuel cap, interior dimming. You can also adjust your headlights, which is a really cool touch. Got one of your air vents, just some harder plastic up above, and then there is a storage cubby down below. On the glove box, we have a large bucket in here, and then the smaller screen still gives you all the same information that the larger screen will have, just obviously a little bit smaller. So you have a lot of basic information, super simple to use overall. You will get your Apple CarPlay and things like that. And then putting it into reverse, got a nice backup camera with 2 different views. There's air vents down below with heated steering wheel and seats, single zone temperature control, fan speed on the right, a nice small LCD screen, and then a couple toggles throughout the center. We have wireless phone charging, extra storage and plugs, and then in the center we have our 4-wheel drive system. We have 2-wheel drive, 4 high, 4 low, drive modes for the street, and then you can go into your off-road settings like multi-terrain, crawl control, downhill assist, and then everything else. Once you're in 4-wheel drive, you can get into those off-road settings. We get a locking rear diff, and then we have storage in the center, a nice little glove box in the center as well. And then one last look at the interior. A nice update, of course, from the old one. We have sunglass holder up here, basic mirror, and then one-touch button where you can open and close that rear glass. So comment below, what do you guys think of this interior? Is this the way to go? The premium is a lot nicer, I would say. This one, definitely a little bit more basic with this setup. All right, so setting off now in the TRD Off Road 4Runner. We got that hybrid engine and just the more basic trim level. This is a pretty sweet new SUV. I think it's a pretty capable vehicle overall. And when you're driving it on the road, the hybrid drivetrain, honestly, I like a lot. It really gives you a good blend of pretty much everything. Slow speed maneuvering, you know, it's pretty easy. The steering has a nice feel to it. It's not too heavy, not too light. Turning circle, pretty sharp as well. And the overall view out, the windows are a little on the shorter side, so it feels a little bit more hunkered down, more like a tank than something ultra open like the Land Cruiser. Land Cruiser has a lot larger windows. But with this, when you accelerate, you can see the 2 gauges I have up. We have our turbo boost gauge and the max boost gauge, basically, which is the electric power. So you have turbo power and electric power, all assisting the small 4-cylinder engine, which makes this thing effortlessly accelerate, which is a really nice touch. Also, you don't really hear the engine whining. It doesn't sound like a cheap 4-cylinder. I think this standard 4-cylinder is not something I would go for in a vehicle like this. I just think the hybrid is much better. It propels this a lot nicer, and it doesn't sound like a cheap 4-cylinder. So I really like the hybrid drivetrain. It makes this 4Runner a heck of a lot more peppy than the old V6 ever was. And of course, with towing, this is gonna out-tow the old one all day long. Visibility is pretty good. Like I said, you can easily see around, nothing really all too difficult when looking over your left and right shoulder. Seating position is really good. You can manually get this a lot lower as well as a lot higher. I think this is gonna be a nice comfortable SUV for a lot of different buyers. So I feel like I have a ton of room in here. Things you touch. Now you have the nice leather on the steering wheel and the shift knob. However, yes, you have a lot of hard plastics, which is a little bit of a downfall for the price point, and even the fabric seats when you don't go for the premium is a little downfall. I would only get the premium just because it feels a lot nicer. However, there are dealer add-ons you can get for like 1,500 bucks. You can actually get leather seat covering. So honestly, not a bad way to go to spruce up a basic TRD off-road like this one. So interior is not too bad. Just wish there was a little bit less hard plastic, a little bit more soft touch. It looks cool though. I don't even mind the smaller screen. I think it's integrated nicely, and it's got a really cool, like, textured, layered look to the interior. So it's a cool SUV to be in. It's basically the exact same as the new Toyota Tacoma. Not really anything different about the interior from the Tacoma. Driving it and ride quality, you can feel the bumps a little bit. A Land Cruiser is going to be a little bit more smooth on the road. However, this feels maybe a little bit more sporty. You know, the steering is responsive. It doesn't have a crazy bad body roll like you would find in a Wrangler or a Bronco. It feels like a nice, rugged off-road SUV that is actually pretty good on the road. And when you compare this to a 5th generation Toyota 4Runner, I've had 4Runners in my life since I was 16 years old. So half of my life I've had 2 different generation 4Runners, and my biggest complaint was always the brake dive, body roll, and just the handling was awful in those things. This, it has a little brake dive, but it's not nearly as aggressive. It drives a lot better than the old 4Runner. So I think Toyota did do a really good job just making this a better platform than before, and yet you're not sacrificing any of the rugged off-road capabilities that a 4Runner owner is going to want. So it seems to drive really nice. You know, there's not really any driving complaints. It sounds good. It feels pretty solid. It's an overall pretty cool upgrade from the old one. Just take away from some of the hard plastics and the high price. So that's kind of the one biggest thing with the vehicle. But as a driver, I mean, it's a pretty nice off-roader if you also are going to be taken on the street.